We're talking about golf, believe it or not. There's a lot of controversy these days. Many big names have accepted big money to go to play in the LIV Tour backed by Saudi Arabia. And with that comes controversy. And so, guys, I'll talk with Jeff. We'll start with you on this one. Number one, do you expect more players to take this kind of, handout of money? And there's a lot of money, to be sure. Money these guys will probably never earn in their careers. And if they're doing it, are they accepting, quote, blood money from a very shady regime?
Oh, I got to imagine there's going to be other guys. I mean, Patrick Reed hasn't won anything recently, and now all of a sudden you just get guaranteed money with a chance to win more. And plus, everybody makes the cut, so then you get guaranteed money then. I think, first off, all of these pros have either played in Dubai or probably taken money from questionable characters.
There's no question.
They all played in Saudi Arabia. They've all played in Saudi Arabia.
And they took money then.
That being said, I just don't like this tour. I do question the money. I do question where it's coming from.
So you wouldn't go there?
So I wouldn't go there.
If they offered you $200 million, Jeff, you're pretty good.
To be the sports director of the LIV? No, you wouldn't go?
Wouldn't do play-by-play.
I mean, I don't know. When you look at when you look at the guys that are going over there, I think if other players go over, it's going to be the guys in that 40 to 70 range. I really think, like today, in the final round, you had, you had Rory and Tony Finau and Justin Thomas. And that's the kind of golf I want to watch. I don't care about Charles Schwartzel. And the thing and we were talking about this upstairs, if this isn't on television, if these guys are not on television, it's very hard for me to imagine how this is sustainable long term. Like the Saudis can write checks as long as the day is long, but are high-profile players going to want to go and play in places where they're not going to be on television?
Yeah, they just keep giving them more money and more money and more money. I think PGA Tour is going to have to step up. I mean, if some of these bigger name guys, like you mentioned today, were in that final grouping, make that switch, you're just going to have to pay. I mean, I'm guessing here that the PGA Tour, has a couple bucks to spare. They're making some money. So those guys go where the money is, and I think all of them will go where the money is. But you're right, they need to have some of those bigger time players, and the bigger the check they're going to write, the easier it's for those guys to get over there, right?
You know what the LIV Tour needs? Like Dustin Johnson to win the U.S. Open. They need one of their guys.
That leads us to this, Jeff.
Prevalent.
The U.S. Open is coming up in Boston. And so all these guys are coming back, including Phil Mickelson, who hasn't played here in a long, long time. So my question to you is, what kind of reaction will he get?
I think there'll be a record for ejections from a gallery standpoint. Seriously. No, seriously. Because guys are going to be, they're going to torture these people. They're going to yell during their backswings. You watch. They're going to have to really come down hard the first round because it's going to be, I think it's going to be messy.
I mean, DeChambeau's got a problem when guys yell Brooksy when he's out there, right? So, I imagine the reaction.
And a guy in Boston?
It's going to be it's going to be more. Right. But the irony is that Phil has always been sort of this man of the people, right? And, let's remember, even at U.S. Open, the one he lost in, 2002 out in Jersey. And on his birthday, the New York crowds are singing to him. He was obviously wins PGA last year at 50. Everybody loves Phil, not me, but people love Phil. He's an everyman, but he's not an everyman. He just took a check for $200 million from a bunch of thugs. The guys that he literally said they were thugs and took their money anyway. So the thing that they won't have, and this happened in the LIV Tour, the LIV Tour, whatever you want to call it, the AP's Rob Harris, one of our London guys, got thrown out of a press conference because he asked tough questions. Well, guess what? They're not going to get protected like that in Brooklyn. In Brookline. So
for them, all they have to do is say, look, it's a money grab. Admit it, say it, and that's it.
Yeah, but it's blood.
What?
Nobody says that, though. Not in any sport.
But that's what they're doing. It's a money grab. Just like you said before, they've been paid by Saudi before in special events. A lot of these guys.
That's why Jay Monahan can't really come out and lay the hammer down because he gives guys exemptions to go play. Harold Varner III won in Saudi Arabia with that great chip in on 18 this year. So Tiger has gone there for years. So let's. And by the way, the PGA also has a tour event in China, and they have a China tour. So let's pretend the Chinese government is sort of this beacon of democracy. So it's icky and it's icky.
It sounds like
big SAT word. It's gross. I love the game, and it just sort of ruins it. But the thing is, Kaboly's probably right. This probably ends with the PGA Tour doubling its purse money.
Yeah, we got to take a break. When we come back, we'll ask this question: David Bednar, if he continues to be this good for the Pirates, will he be traded at the trade deadline? That's next, right here on the #1 Cochran Sports Showdown.